We're all all 5 members are in the match. Yeah. They
Yeah.
we just got here. We're starting the match now.
Our last team member just came, so we're about to start.
They're coming.
Yeah, they're joining right now.
Yep.
All right, and we're live with the game here. Today we'd have the Destiny's Child versus the Apes. Destiny's Child is essentially a newish team after they kind of had a self-collapse and bring back after their captain left, and then their next captain left, and then they had a third captain who tried to bring everything together in the end. So we'll see how they perform. Can I add a space? Alright, we should do that. That's fine. Versus Apes. Should be an interesting game. I know they were highly looked at before, but after recent roster changes, we'll have to see what they perform at. I know Olhe is a very good mid laner, and the rest of them are fairly new faces to the league overall, though. And on this other side, we also have like all new faces except for Subkiller there, who was the previous Season 2 champion. And so the pretty standard bans, Gilgamesh and Tiamat, both, extremely standard bans, nothing crazy there. King Arthur, likely wanting to shut down the soul laner, or just King Arthur's a strong pick in general, never really a bad ban. There are of course always other good bans, but he's never a bad one. I'm curious to see if they go for the fighter star like we see a lot of SPL players doing here recently. It gives you a lot of pressure early on. Good scaling, allows you not to have to go to Bluestone in late game. You can now build Sundering Axe, which is a very powerful item in general. Characters like Achilles, Sun Wukong, Colin, they all make really good use of it. Really, almost every soul laner does. Merlin ban, very interesting here. Merlin's a really strong god if you think you're going to mid-diff, because a Merlin who's ahead just feels unstoppable to fight, because he just does more than you can do. With 4 abilities, he can just one-shot your back line, or just one-shot your front line with between 4 abilities, and he can be a very overwhelming threat to deal with, especially his abilities are used properly. And a Sobek ban, looks like we might have Tsukiyomi, Athena, Set, all of the usual contested gods getting through this time around. Athena does get banned away. Likely not want to see the enemy team having the Athena, who's a very strong pick. And we will have a Chiron first pick, which is a very standard pick, of course. He's being very heavily prioritized here lately, especially in SPL and really in all areas of play. The really strong ultimate makes him CC immune, does a lot of damage, super long range. A lot of people try to use it at the end, but most skilled players use it at the beginning, when you can just use it as a snipe at the beginning of a fight, knock out the backline, making it really easy for your jungle to dive. You can really half hit a carry at the start of a fight. So also being picked up, it looks like, or at least being hovered, is a really strong pick. For anyone watching SPO and joining in after just exiting it, Jade Dragons did end up winning their set, by the way. They will be moving to semifinals. Soul has a lot of early pressure and really strong late game. Giannis also being hovered, double magical carries. Giannis good for all of the same reason, all the normal reasons. Zhang Kui getting locked in, however, probably from mid lane here. He's a very tanky character. Something interesting though, you could maybe start Fighter's Mask with him. 70 magical power right off the start with bots. Make him a really strong threat in the early game. Oh wait, you can't build Magnus on Zhang Kui, never mind. I have kind of momentarily forgot. Whoops. Golem locked in though. Forgot Zhang Kui's in the Guardian. He's just really tanky because it's passive. Raijin locked in, strong character, good mid laner. Nothing too crazy there. Fenrir being locked in. He can easily chase down other characters, especially Chiron. He's one of the best characters in Chiron because he just chases Chiron down in his dash. Has good CC. You just ult Chiron, force out his beads, and once you get his beads forced out, you just ult him again as soon as you can, and you just keep locking him down. If Chiron can't do anything in the team fights, then he's just basically worthless. Geb gets banned out. Geb, it's just an interesting ban given that Geb isn't a very contested god here lately or useful at all, but I guess he's very good in Defender. You can shield it so he doesn't pick him up, but which is useful, but at the same time, Geb doesn't have a lot of pressure early, and this meta is really dictated around early pressure. And Geb Chiron into the Soul Fenrir lane could really put them behind there. Just because of how much Soul and Fenrir can do. Mirror game banned out, walls are always good. Most of the characters are fairly immobile besides Fenrir. Soul and Zhonghui can't get off that wall and it's really easy to lock them down. Same thing kinda goes to the Chiron that you can easily lock them down, but obviously not picking up the Fenrir, I mean the Ymir at this point, although they could play Fenrir jungle. Although I think it's very likely he goes to support, as you're about to see. Nemesis lockdown. Just a good jungler currently. A little rough in the Chiron Raijin. They both have very easy disruption for his shield. And Colin has a good disruption. Tsukiyomi's a good disruption. His entire 2 ability disrupts everything about the Nim shield. Even if she just gets disarmed, her shield's gone. Jing Shen easily gets rid of the shield as well. So this Nemesis, I think, is going to be might be a fairly weak pick in this moment. Her ultimate is still always good, but her shield is going to have very negligible effect, I think. She's down in the back line, she does that. You just have Chiron dash through him and kind of Bracken getting locked in here. Looks like this will very likely be the solo laner. Oh. Ragnarok is the jungler. Bracken is the support. Zhonghui is... I don't know which role. Fenrir solo? Support. I don't know what roles they're playing. So I couldn't tell you where everyone's at right now. Should be an interesting game. I don't know what roles Apes are playing in. I'm curious to see where they ended up at. Look, Buggy Dude's gonna pop off, okay? He's gonna prove you wrong. He's gonna show you why he's a UD champ. He's gonna steamroll these kids. Easy. He only has Sub Killer to face, I'm pretty sure, which is an easy face-off. Rank Commander is support. Sub Killer is solo. Rag is there. Ineffable is mid, and ADC is Copa main. Okay, it makes sense. I guess I was just thrown off by the Fenrir solo. Killer isn't, however, known for his little bit off meta picks, but making them work. He really makes them work, which is one of the reasons why he's one of the better solo laners in the league. Alright, let's load it in here, boys. I'm really curious to see how these players perform against their opposing counterpart. I really haven't seen too many of them play. I've actually seen nobody on blue team play before. Except Olhe. And then I've seen Subkiller play before, and that's it. So it should be an interesting matchup here. Xanarith still hasn't loaded in. Which is a little bit unfortunate. And Matt is loaded by the 0 mark. They're going to have to reset. Alright, he's finally loaded in. Mid laners in the middle, so on the top. Was it their roll swap? There we go. Yep, fighter's mass start over here for the colon. Very standard start. Gives you a lot of early power. 40 physical power and 70 magical. Very strong start. You clear wave very easily, do a lot of damage with your auto attacks, especially as a physical character. Your autos hit for 40 damage extra compared to base, which is absolutely absurd. I wonder if you'll go the troll build with the Fenrir. If you actually build really tanky on Finn and you can get the double prots and you build Sundering Axe, you can actually hit an axe proc of over, I think, 50% of their health, which is an absurd thing if you think about it, just to hit some for 50% of their max HP with one ability, not including the ability's damage itself. Besides that, most of the starts are pretty standard. Everyone doing the rank start pretty much. Curious to see how the mid lane matchup goes. Olhe is a very good mid laner, probably one of the better ones. Probably top 3. So I'm imagining he's gonna get a lot of pressure here. It looks like Destiny Shroud's team has pressure everywhere currently. Splitting the mid games both ways. The Spinner should have a lack of pressure early on, especially with the tier 2 boots versus Fighter's Mask. Ooh, a good jump getting the buggy to use beats here. He can easily pull under tower now if he hits 5 fast enough. With his blink, I doubt he hits it quick enough, but it's always possible. Pressure happening currently in the duo lane. They get first blood on a ring commander with a good rotation here from Akira. It's currently going for the oracles, but Akira might catch him out here. They could easily collapse, but nobody else come in the rotation, so it doesn't look like any collapse will occur. Good dash coming in, a lot of aggression, double stun. It looks like Ragnar taking a decent amount of damage. Olhe's getting the worst part of it. Decent damage coming from Exonereth. Beads used. Olhe gets killed by Exonerethix, but he's out of mana, and now he's being chased down by the Xingqian. Beads used by the Zhang Kui, and he will fall down to Akira. Good trades happening over here. Akira getting quite a bit of gold here. Buggy dude almost out of almost out of health, and if Circular lands the stun there, he very likely could have gotten the kill. Minions might have been too much to handle, but he has here taken decent damage. Akira in the back though, they could collapse on him and maybe get a kill here. Very likely what they're looking for, but they'll probably just sail back to their blue buff here while Buggy dude farms his wave. 1k goal lead right now for Destiny Shout, even though it's just 2-1. We've gotten a decent lead here for just 3 minutes into the game. Fenrir can back here soon, get full boots, and just come right back for another fight. And he has decent sustain as well between his two just for life still. Can be a very strong character there. Fenrir still hasn't backed in. Buggy Dude's beads aren't up. If he gets back in time with the ultimate, he can very well get a kill on him. Olhe eating quite a bit of poke here. Doesn't have enough sustain to keep up with the Zhang Kui, who keep healing himself between the poke. While poking Olhe more than he can take the damage. The Zhang Kui is very easy for the pickings come late game with the Xingqian as long as his beads aren't up. And when you play Xingqian, you don't want just beads, you really will want Blink Icus. But with so much CC, Zhonghui really has no option but to go the beads, which takes away heavily from his late game potential. Damage going on to Rank Commander, who's getting thrown up in the air by the Xingqian, no way out, getting domed very heavily. Ultimate used by the Soul, and it looks like Rank Commander should fall down to Akira here. Good kill coming out of him, the good rotation. Ragnar Blink used, ultimate used. Akira used the ultimate back, but he's gonna pull him underneath, and Komain will get the kill on Akira, 1-for-1 trade. Support for jungle, that trade has to favor Apes there. Quite a few resources used, but for an even trade when you're ahead, it's just never a good thing, especially when it's your support for jungle. Everyone just looking for pressure anywhere they can get it at, so people are currently just always diving onto Bucky Dude here. Not really quite able to get a kill or anything, but always getting pressure. If that Nim ever comes, if that Tsukiyomi goes rotation though, it can easily get the kill. If his beats are him, of course. Supposed to Tsukiyomi just ults back though, so that makes it very difficult for Fenrir. All of them with CC and ults, I suppose, does make things difficult. Come late game, Chiron just presses one down, and that just completely mitigates Fenrir grab. So maybe Fenrir won't be able to do as much work as he wants to late game as you would otherwise think. Kira constantly doing these back games over here, just not quite able to find anything. 3-0 mid though, the triple spinning never feels really great for the team. And just now the team really getting sorry about those Discord messages. Fight currently happening mid lane. Akira getting chased down by 2 people here, but nothing really cut out. A lot of pings coming out from the team, but just not quite getting caught out. Apes have the pressure mid lane, but not really anywhere else. Almost all the kills involve Akira and Xingqian. Not much anywhere else, however. Come late game though, I'm not really sure which team is stronger. I think it really depends on how they play it out. 3-3 fight still happening. Ragnarok going in. Beads. Ults used and Akira gets deleted in an instant. Nothing he can do there. He tries to ult to save his own life and he just falls down before the ult can even go off, even with the damage reduction. Completely melted. Destiny Shadows goes back to farming again. Not really able to capitalize off anything here. Sorry about that. Not too much else is really going on. They're really just farming. It's really awkward. One person trying to cast and make commentary in between. Most of those are pretty standard. There's a lot to go into Spirit of the Magus for the Zhonghui here, looking for some pin life still. All things really benefiting him and increased damage. You can make his burst when you press your 1-2 combo be even greater. Can really allow you to just melt people in an instant. He's going to be a very difficult god to kill, especially with his beads. Not think he goes, if he goes to as much as one hybrid item, he'll be extremely difficult to knock down. Like, not a whole lot anyone can do about it if he has a Hide of the Urchin, which is a very risky item to go, but if he gets it off, he'll have a lot of HP, a lot of defense with his passive. Sing around like 140 pots each, doing so much damage. just walking at your back line. You press Aegis while he ults, and for 2 seconds you just take tons of damage. Ultimate being used here. John Milton getting the ultimate off. He's forced out by the Jean Kui. And just damage going off. Akira looking for the backline here, and it looks like he's not quite able to get the heal off. Tsukiyomi going down. 4 people. JH Town goes down, and ultimate being used by Olhei. 1 goes down, Exonorifics, but Akira has nowhere to go, and beads are used, and looks like he's on the run here. Might be able to get out alive, trying to back, and looks like he'll be caught by a rank commander. Rank commander's a little bit faster, looking to catch him out here. Olhei going to zone out for his jungler, who will maybe make it out if he walks away here, but he's going back into the wave, being a little greedy here, and he might just get caught out. Blink used by the Nemesis, and he is caught out, being just a little bit too greedy, and he falls down. Another win here for Apes. Even though they're winning these team fights, they just still haven't quite caught up yet. But I expect to see after this, they soon catch up, especially shut down Buggy Dude here. But him recognizing the pride rotating over to him. Surprised to see no Scorpions have fallen down yet. If I was Apes, I would really just like take out this Fire Giant Scorpion. They're winning these team fights. So after you win the next team fight, if you feel Goldfear is too much of a risk, you're not putting hard enough for that. Exonorifics, hold that thought. Exonorifics taking a lot of damage. Your Roleplay's taking even more. He falls down, but it looks like they might get a double kill on the turn. 2 kills to go down for Akira. And now Destiny's Child has a chance to farm back up again after Apes just caught up. But it looks like they'll just fall back to getting their own farm here, but with 2 down, they'll have a minute to farm, the enemy team cannot. And it looks like Soul's being collapsed upon over here, but Soul is spotting it out, will walk away. Currently having a decent lead over JH Town. 66k to 61. Nothing too massive, but it is a decent lead, and Soul 2 hits very hard, as you can see. Literally eating the damage just to taunt her opponent because she has no fear in the world. Going from nearly what looks like going to be a lifesteal build, going to be extremely difficult to make fall down. Kill goes down for Ragnarok here. A little bit pushed up against 3 here, and Subkiller. Buggy walking up to Subkiller now might just get caught off himself. Stun not quite up, taking slow Buggy to easily be decent for the damage, but I doubt he falls down here. Ultimate use, and they should both walk away now. Mon Jilton walking in, and it looks like Subkiller might get caught out. Ragnarok eating decent bit of damage. He needs Guardian before Mon Jilton is able to ult, and he should be up soon. Only 4 seconds. I thought it was a bit shorter than that. And it looks like Copenhagen will be soloing out the Greater Scorpion on his own here. Just for the small ones here, both teams extremely close and very competitive this game around. No one's really dominating the scene. Olhei pushing up a little bit, maybe a little bit too far, but he gets out safely. And nothing else really to follow up on. Both teams currently just farming. I really want to see this Fire Giant Scorpion drop, especially before the Gold Fury one, because then you can always do the Pyromancer before you do the Gold Fury to get yourself a little bit more of a lead to make that Gold Fury fight just a little bit more in your favor. Subkiller. Olhei fairly safe. I'm sorry, keep saying maybe getting caught out here. He's pretty safe. He's playing smart. Nothing really crazy. I'm gonna have the team. Both teams playing it slow and steady, despite the fact they both have fairly early aggressive teams. Now the team are really putting it too hard on the gas pedal, I guess, because they just equal each other out. Nothing either team can really do about one another without putting a major risk to their or jeopardizing their own chance of winning. All Hay pushing up again, gets away safely as usual, because Rain Commander has no instant lockdown, especially without beats. Shell's a little bit out there, especially just after the nerfs. I don't really think you really need Shell anymore. If he's a Blink there, he gets kills in All Hay so much more often, or at least forces his beats so much more of the time. Really gives him a decent chance of actually getting a kill at least. But he doesn't go for it. He likely now will go for the Blink, but if he does that, then he won't have beads and Jilton to throw him out or throw him into a bad position much more often. And if he doesn't get Blink, then he has beads, in which case he can't grass like he wants to, so it's kind of a lose-lose situation. Wait, the audio's messed up? Let me check this real quick. I thought to me it sounded fine. Okay, I'm moving on. I'm gonna see what's wrong with the audio. I'm sorry, guys. Am I like quiet or something? Here, turn me up a little bit, I guess. I don't know if that helps any or not. Fight currently happening here. Akira uses the ultimate, looking to rock down onto Ragnar. Ragnar taking a lot of damage. He does fall down to Akira. Akira getting a good kill here for his team, and now it looks like he should go for the Gold Fury here, but Subkiller on the back like gets spotted out, and now he will have vision on him, diving onto him from Olhei, and Olhei not getting countered by Subkiller. Ultimate used by Exonerifics, and he's diving in very deep. And now Akira falls down next. Subkiller looking at the ultimate to grab someone. He's used by JH Town. And currently it's a 1-for-1 trade with Ragnarok coming up fairly soon. Red team has lower health bars overall though. But if Ragnarok can just catch someone out, it will be a bigger kill for them. Another 1-for-1 trade. Ring Commander falling down for Jilton. And it looks like Subkiller able to get the kill on a JH Town. Olhei falls down next. And next it looks like it's going to be a Deicide. Big win for them right here. And now they're going to start up the Gold Fury. But the carries are fairly low, and so is the tank, and could end up being a bad thing with the easily be able to Gold Fury in the end, though. So a good win there for Apes, finally after a very indecisive game that has been very back and forth and no clear winner. Someone who finally pulls ahead for the victory. Yeah, to me the audio's not messed up at all. If it is, I'm sorry guys. Like I don't know. Like I'm listening to it on the stream. Yeah, that's what my voice normally sounds like. Oh wait, what's wrong with the game audio? Let me see. I don't know. The game audio is just somewhat quiet. I mean, I don't have it turned up loud. I can turn it up louder. Something crazy I have to do. I have some of the sound effects turned down. Just the beach sounds really loud. I don't know. Does it like sound like buggy, you guys? Like, oh